We all saw it posted yesterday all over our social media pages. Cassie filed a lawsuit in New York City against Diddy.
Yikes.
She's claiming she was stuck in a decade-long cycle of abuse.
The rumors are that Diddy was running some kind of Epstein-type deal where he was filming everybody, right?
That's the rumors, yeah. I don't know that there's any proof or anything other than that.
Despite the tumultuous history between Offset and Cardi B, the latest Bombshell allegations are turning their world upside down. While it initially appeared that Diddy's arrest was the biggest scandal in Hollywood, it came out that Cardi and Offset were much more involved in Diddy's personal life than anyone anticipated. It's been long suspected that Diddy's notorious parties were more than simply posh get-togethers for the privilege they served as the starting point for a much darker realm that Offset and Cardi B are now being dragged
Aspect of her life. He is accused of frequently beating her and would hide her in hotel rooms for days until the bruising and signs of abuse were gone.
into. First, let's look at the details of what happened at these events. Dolly is known for throwing the wildest parties, but according to a number of insiders, they weren't your usual Hollywood get-togethers. Several attendees have made shocking revelations regarding what really happened at these meetings. According to witnesses, Diddy's parties often resembled secretive, elite events where anything was conceivable. These were parties where celebrities were invited to partake in the wildest activities imaginable, all while being shielded by lavish settings and meticulous seclusion. There was much more to it than just dancing all night and drinking champagne. Ominous and frightening.
That's of course. There's layers upon layers. When you get into these conspiracy theories, man, they never end. They never end. There's just layers upon layers upon layers.
Even though Cardi B is well known for her fearless and unrepentant demeanor, nobody anticipated that she had any involvement in something similar in the past. Claims state that Cardi wasn't just there to mingle at these events, rather. In a way that has stunned even her most ardent supporters, she was supposedly there to keep her guests company. High-profile performers graced the party lineup, several of whom were reportedly contracted for tasks well beyond their stage appearances. There have been circulating rumors alleging that a particular subset of women, Cardi B...
You say today's indictment reads like a mob indictment. What was most shocking to you of all these allegations?
Yeah, the fact, Jake, that the government in this indictment presented evidence alleging that Sean Combs was running a...
The idea that other women, including Young Miami, were also a member of this inner circle is even more alarming in fact. There have been accusations that Diddy was paying these ladies, including Cardi, a sizable monthly payment in exchange for their involvement in these illicit activities. According to several insiders, these payments were not merely hush money, but actually a monthly fee for hosting Diddy's visitors. When you think about it, thousands of dollars were provided to these women every month to keep them loyal to Diddy's inner circle. These weren't even small one-time gifts. Concerns concerning the degree of these women's real ties to Diddy were raised by the reports that these payments continued even after these women became well known.
Is in the matter of Derek Lee Cardello Smith, MDOC number 267009 versus Sean Combs, Sean Puff Daddy Combs, also known as Sean P. Diddy, also known as Diddy, Bad Boy Records label owner.
Probably wondering how Offset plays into all of this at this point, and according to a few sources, that's where things get really interesting. Rumor has it that Offset was more than just a spectator in Diddy's life. Insiders surmise that Offset might have had a more intimate role in this. Hollywood is starting to hear more rumors that Offset and Diddy had a closer friendship than anyone anticipated. Many people assert that Offset and Diddy were romantically linked and that their friendship was actually a front for something much more personal.
Criminal investigation for months by federal prosecutors here in New York, and if there are criminal charges, many of them may look a lot like what some of these individuals have been.
The idea that Offset's well-publicized marriage to Cardi was a deliberate attempt to preserve his public persona while concealing his private life with Diddy is becoming increasingly popular. When you take into account Offset's tumultuous marriage to Cardi, this argument seems to make even more sense. Is it possible that their marriage served as a facade to conceal Offset's real connections? Although Offset has long been linked to infidelity allegations, the current allegations intensify the situation. If confirmed, they might offer an explanation for the turbulence in their relationship brought on by the ongoing scandal and
This unnecessary problems, unnecessary disagreements, unnecessary things. Because a lot of the stuff on the internet and on the line isn't true. So I would just say they need to have that conversation, a real conversation. I'm not leaving this room until it's done. And those are the toughest conversations. When your wife wants to have a conversation, those are the toughest things because you got to put everything on the table. That's the only way something's going to work. Everything has to go on the table for you to possibly be able to move on. And I'm hoping that they can have that.
Adultery rumors. Actually, speculation about Offset's sexual inclinations has existed for a while. Since it was recently revealed that he had a close relationship with Diddy, many have wondered if he is concealing his true intentions from Cardi B. These suspicions are only growing more intense. Hollywood insiders claim that Offset's relationship with Diddy went far beyond friendship and that their communication may have...
All I'm saying is, if I felt like my girl was cheating, I'm gonna get it off of these two. If I felt like my girl was cheating and she said these things to dispel my thought, it would not be dispelled.
No, at all.
It would
have involved more than just random encounters at parties. The questions raised by Offset's current role in the Diddy issue are numerous. Could it be that Offset's behaviors during his marriage were always intended to mask his second life? Some have even speculated that Offset would have disclosed Card's friendship with Diddy to deflect focus from his own involvement in the music business. Offset's past accusations of adultery may be seen in a very different light if it turns out that these suspicions are valid. As we previously mentioned, as if that weren't reason enough to discuss money. This wouldn't be the first time a famous person used a well-reported controversy to hide something much more personal. Cardi, Young Miami, and other women are rumored to have received monthly payments from Diddy for their attendance at these gatherings. The payments are claimed to have continued for years after the women had started successful careers of their own. Some insiders claimed that the sums involved were huge, reportedly in the tens of thousands of dollars per month, and that it was crucial to keep these women happy in addition to preserving a loyal network of people who wouldn't reveal what was actually happening behind closed doors. The number of other receivers of these payments and the number of Diddy's associates who were bought off to keep quiet are the...
So that DM.
Going crazy over a fucking space. Don't play with me. The fuck?
Now the nigga said I saw the DM.
And for y'all who don't know, well, y'all know, but this is all triggered by Offset posting and deleting on his story saying, "My wife fucked a nigga on me, gang. Y'all niggas know how I come."
The day before that,
subjects of the current investigation. The fact that it was discovered that Diddy was paying both Cardi and Offset puts their entire relationship in a different light. If these allegations are true, it suggests that their marriage was never really about love, rather, it was always about business. These allegations have shocking ramifications that leave fans with more concerns than answers. Is it possible that Offset was aware of Card's relationship with Diddy from the beginning?
With any of the sales, I won't be able to recoup any of my monies or anything from him as a result of any possible judgment in this action, if he's allowed to proceed with it. And an injunction or a restraining order would help ensure that he's not manipulating and selling the property.
If so, did his acquaintance with Diddy make him complicit in the arrangement? Get much more hazy. Not only have there been persistent accusations for years about Diddy buying women off, but there have also been persistent whispers about his personal tastes. There have been rumors that Diddy has always prioritized maintaining his public persona over his private relationships with women, and that he harbors a secret attraction to guys. These rumors are returning with a vengeance now that Offset's name has been mentioned. Some insiders claim that Diddy...
Alleged evidence that's been gathered in this case was from those two raids that were conducted on his personal homes in Miami and Los Angeles. And the indictment names the things seized that he allegedly made videos of these performances that have been named freak off.
He and Offset had a deeper connection than just business, and that the two men kept their affair a secret from the public. It's enough to send shockwaves through the hip-hop industry to learn that two of the biggest stars in the genre may have been engaging in a hidden relationship. Now that Diddy's arrest has brought this to light, further details are sure to follow. In a society where appearance is everything, the theory that Diddy and Offset were both hiding their genuine connections behind their spouses and public personas is combustible. Cardi B is obviously attempting to limit the harm. She has put a lot of effort into building her empire, and now these new charges could undo it all. But it's becoming harder and harder for her to keep things secret when so much information becomes public. For some time now, C's team has been trying to distance her from the controversy, but it seems like it's getting harder to keep the truth hidden as more people come out with their stories.
I feel like we got married so young. We got married so young and we got married so like spontaneously. And we did know each other, but we kind of didn't know each other. We just like was in love with each other and we had like a little toxic relationship. We got married 6 months of knowing each other, and like in those 6 months, we would see each other like twice or 3 times.
How long Cardi and Offset can keep up the deceit is the topic at hand. Considering how serious D's legal problems are getting and how much the media is looking into his personal life, it seems like this is just the beginning of a much larger story. If these accusations are accurate, Cardi and Offset faces extremely high risks because it might spell the end of their professional lives as we know it. It's only a matter of time until we find out the whole depth of Cardi and Offset's involvement in Diddy's universe, even though they may have thought they could write the storm out. The evidence is starting to mount against them. It became clear that this controversy wouldn't go away anytime soon as more details regarding what truly occurred at Diddy's parties came to light. Given that Offset and Cardi's names are now linked to Diddy's downfall, it looks like they are in for their greatest fight yet, and we might not even be through yet. Await the revelation of Diddy's case's complete information. You never know who else might be brought into this mess. Cardi and Offset are at the center of everything, but C's pains
them together. Like, they're both genuinely good people. But you know, in any relationship, it's never easy. There's ups and downs, and especially when you have artists like he's on the road, she's working. I hope they work it out. But anything comes into play, especially when somebody's pregnant. It's a lot. It's a lot on a woman. It's another body. So I don't know if that's the reason, if it's something else, but I hope they get a chance and I hope they do work it out. If it's meant to be. Like I said, they are both genuinely good people, so.
Painstakingly constructed public character is dangling on a thread. Hollywood's elite are definitely starting to perspire. Consequently, I'm hoping that they can work things out so that the story can carry on after all of the terrible revelations about Diddy's notorious parties and how Cardi and Offset became embroiled in this intricate web. Twisted, let's be honest for once. Cardi B and Offset gave off the impression of being the quintessential hip-hop power couple, displaying their wealth, love, and family life on social media.